leadership of His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. A.J.J. Jammeh, has recognized the right to access to quality maternal and child care. In reaffirming government's commitment, particularly to reducing maternal and child deaths in the Gambia, the emergence of the Second Republic also saw the coming of many health facilities, both major as well as minor, which are spread nationwide. And in addition to this, of course, is the widespread of nature of primary healthcare facilities countrywide, which also shows government's commitment to providing healthcare to the citizenry, with reproductive health not being an exception.
Madam Jai Saidi further stated that despite the registered gain, there still remains challenges that need to be tackled.
Maternal mortality in Africa remains the highest in the world, despite the Conference on Population and Development, the ICPD 1994, and its program of action. Worldwide, as I'm talking to you, also more than 500,000 women die in childbirth or from complications during pregnancy each year. The majority of them are from Africa, where 19 out of the 20 countries with world's highest maternal mortality ratios are located.
For Dr. Njai Saidi, some of the causes of maternal deaths around the world, including hemorrhage and severe anemia, can be prevented with availability of and prompt access to emergency obstetric care services.
In the Gambia, the high mortality ratio can be attributed to, among other things, to the high fertility rate manifested by too many and too close pregnancies, delays in reporting to a medical facility, even in situations of medical emergencies. For example, only 21% of expected number of women, particularly those with obstetric complications, report to medical facilities.
Officials believe to achieve universal access to reproductive health services, including family planning, there must be committed partnership between government and relevant stakeholders to championing the cause of reproductive health-related issues in the Gambia. Mama J, GRTS.
The Turkish International and Coordination Agency and the Turkish Red Crescent, Turkish Zile, have donated 2 containers of food items to government. The package, meant for families that bear the brunt of the effects of last year's crop failure, was handed over to government officials by the Gambia's Deputy Ambassador to Ankara, Serigne Modou Njie, at a ceremony graced by the Vice President and Chairperson of the Disaster Governing Council. Mama J has more on that and details of a meeting between Madam Jai Saidi and members of a youth group called Jammeh Family Youth Association.
Last year's crop failure continued to receive more humanitarian support as donations flows in at State House. The latest came from the Turkish International and Coordination Agency, TICA, and the Turkish Red Crescent, Turkzilay. Presenting the items to the Vice President, the Gambia's Deputy Ambassador to Turkey, Serigne Modou Njie, explained that Ambassador Diouf and his wife, the brain behind this initiative, solicited support from various organizations and institutions in Turkey.
One of the institutions visited was the Turkish International Cooperation and Coordination Agency. It's called TICA, which is under the Office of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Turkey. And during the meeting, Ambassador Diouf also used the opportunity to present to the President of TICA, Dr. Cham, the pitch document, and also solicited, the support of TICA for their intervention. Excellency, the President of TICA also gave assurances to Ambassador Diouf in that they have donated a container of foodstuff, and inside the container you have about 1,550 bags of assorted food items. You have rice, macaroni, sugar, flour, beans.
He thanked President Jammeh for his exemplary leadership qualities and hailed the bilateral relations between the Gambia and Turkey. The Turkish ambassador to the Gambia, Ali Reza, said his office will do every effort to further cement the existing ties between Banjul and Ankara.
My embassy here has just started to function. We have finished our contracts with our chancery. Now my staff is coming, and beginning of September will be also, like your embassy in Gambia, fully functioning embassy. And after that, I expect we will see sceneries much more alive.
The Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs, Dr. Aja Aissatou Njie Saidi, could not forget the previous assistance made to the Gambia and thank Turkey for the kind gesture.
All of us would remember that the Turkish government helped us with GTTI. You remember the foundry? In GTTI, it's thanks to Turkey. That's the first stage of industrialization. If you have a foundry, it gives you the opportunity to produce a lot of items towards industrialization. So we should thank you for that first and foremost. And having said that, we thank you for all the other assistance we've given to the Gambia government. For example, in the army, thanks to you, we have advisors in the army from Turkey who are helping us. The Turkish gendarmerie training team was the first one, but later we had others, advisors from Turkey who are attached to the Gambia Armed Forces. And on behalf of His Excellency, the President, who is the Commander-in-Chief, we thank you for that as well. But in this instance, thank you also for the beneficiaries of these assorted items that you are giving, food items. I can assure you it would go into good use.
The Department of Social Welfare, NDMA, and the Red Cross Society are tasked with the responsibility of distributing these donated items to the beneficiaries and are described by Vice President Jai Saidi as credible institutions. A youth organization called the Jame Family Youth Association were the last to pay a courtesy call on Madam Jai Saidi. The advisor and adopted brother of the association, Musa Mendy, said they were at the State House to express gratitude and appreciation to Professor Jamne for the support rendered to the group. It could be recalled that the Sarekunda West Youth Organization benefited from the President's generosity during his last dialogue with the People's Tour with a handsome donation of $100,000.
They were engaged in cleansing exercises. They were also engaged in fundraising activities and other ventures. The money given to them was also deposited at the bank. Not a single butut was touched, and they were able to register the group through the Aegis chambers. They have their constitution, which is also developed, and these were some of the things that they came to inform the Vice President.
According to Musa Mendy, the organization of this group has made members better youths. Mama J, Grts.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Gambians Abroad has undergone a name change. A news release from the Minister of Information and Communications Infrastructure reveals that the office's new name is Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A 12-member board of governors for the recently rebranded July 22nd Academy, formerly known as Charles Jau Memorial Academy, was Monday inaugurated at KMC Chambers. The move is expected to further propel the agenda of the institution in a more progressive manner. Samuel Ba reports.
22nd Academy, formerly called Charles Jau Memorial Academy, now has a new board of directors. The 12-man committee was Monday inaugurated to partake in steering the affairs of the school in a more progressive manner.
The board today will run the affairs of the school. Anything that is done, the board has to sanction it. There are other issues which got policies that require council's approval.
The school, exclusively owned by the Kanifing municipality, is the first in the country to be owned by a municipal council.
For us, as a council, we are very much proud of it completely, and let everybody understand that we are very much proud of our school being the first school a municipal council has ever built in this country.
Aji Hadisen is the new first vice chairperson of the board. As an educationist, she is proud of the initiative taken by KMC in complementing government's efforts in bringing educational opportunities to the doorsteps of Gambians, especially in a municipality that accounts for the country's largest youthful population.
We are all proud of the school and the initiators of this school, that is the councillors and council and mayor. It was something that was needed then, because as an educationalist, I knew the situation in KMC. It was urgent that these children have somewhere to go to. And I'm happy that the council answered to the call, and they've been doing a very good job at it.
This development brought personal joy to the Region 1 Education Director.
The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, you are all aware, is very committed to delivering quality education in this country. As a result, our hands are open, our doors are open, and we are here to support every school to achieve that objective.